That's if I had powers, that's how I'd do it. Like, you get some kind of cool hand motion, I'd be like, sprinkle water on you from the bathroom. Like, that's my hand motion. Look how big my hands look when they're this close to the camera. Ah! They're not that big. They're not. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Jaina Solo Says. Today we're going to be talking fun, we're going to be talking exciting, we're going to be talking Marvel. So today we're going to be talking about Marvel, and I know when Marvel comes out, it's like the moment it comes out, there's a billion videos about like theories and oh my gosh, this Easter egg from this old movie and all that stuff, which is great, but not what we're going to necessarily be talking about today. But we are going to talk a little bit more in depth about the new Disney Plus released series from Marvel, WandaVision. Whenever I say WandaVision, I sound like I'm saying one division, like One Direction, but one division. This was a really interesting kind of benchmark for Marvel because it was one of the first only released platforms where it's like a mini series and not just a Marvel movie. I think some people were concerned about this because these are big names that have been in big blockbusters and now they're going to be on a tiny little TV screen, and is that still going to go okay? And will people still react the same? Because it's true that movie viewing and TV viewing are different, and sometimes what appeals to people for one won't appeal to them to the other. So one cool thing that WandaVision kind of did was, since it was a longer foray, it really got to go in depth into a really big character. A lot of times it's always like Avengers, you're trying to balance the 2.5 hours you've got to get into like 6 people's main stories, and that's why it's actually very hard sometimes to make a really good superhero movie if there's more than one person, because how much time do you give to this one character? Since it's a TV series, but it's about a movie character, you got to have 9 episodes to really get into a specific issue with one character, in this case, Wanda or the Scarlet Witch. I, however, have a problem with WandaVision. I didn't think it was horrible. It was very watchable. I finished it, and especially toward the end, I thought there was like some really cool stuff. But I just feel like WandaVision had to accomplish so much. First big foray into like a movie character getting a full TV series, unless you want to make the thing that Mandalorian was that, but it's its own character. Anyway. 2, it had to basically set the stage for 2 different things. It had to set the stage for Wanda being in the next Doctor Strange film, I believe. And 2, it had to set up our new Captain Marvel. I liked it and I didn't like it. I loved the ode to the old television series. So like I Love Lucy and all the different years of television. They were really well thought out, super recognizable, had these funny, tropes that they would all cater to, and I really like that aspect. However, the whole show starts and you don't really know what's going on. Am I the only one who thought this? Like, you don't, and I guess that's part of it because you're trying to figure out what's going to happen, and that's part of the mystery. But I don't know, it was almost like 1984-ish, where you're like, are they being spied on? Is this her own reality that she's made with her power? Is she trapped in some kind of mind melt from somebody else? Like maybe she's trapped in someone else's consciousness, and they don't even really start to tap into it until like episode 5 or 6. There was just a lot I didn't understand, and I was confused. Maybe if I was more of a fan, I would understand more, or maybe it was just the way they decided to go with this character for this series was a little different and not the normal fare that is Marvel. Anyway, so let's break it down. Spoilers ahead. Now, WandaVision's been out for a while, so spoiler-wise, hopefully it won't hurt too many people. But basically, you find out, if you've seen the whole series, that Wanda has basically had a bit of a breakdown. So Vision has died, which is sad. We're all sad. And this is after the snap, and it's kind of taken place after everybody comes back. And Wanda has found out that Vision bought them a house, like a plot of land that will someday have a house on it. And she is just so in grief and just that she basically creates this alternate reality incorporating this tiny town that the house was in. Very Storybrooke from Once Upon a Time, actually. Very put me in mind of that. But basically the whole town is encapsulated, kind of been taken over by her. And they are now characters in this life that she wants to live, in this alternate reality she's created for herself, and she doesn't want to come out of it. My favorite part of this whole thing, funny enough, has nothing to do with the Scarlet Witch. Has to do with Vision. He's awesome. I love Paul Bettany. He's literally like the best. I'll watch him do anything from like from The Knight's Tale to this. Very different. In the show, you see that he has actually remade. Some guys at the like government office took the technology that made him and remade him, but blocked out his memory core, so he doesn't really remember the stuff he's been through once he was made the first time. And then there's this great face-off between him and her Vision memory, who has an entity in a form, and like they basically like, am I Vision, are you Vision? It's this cool philosophical like battle scene that I love, and that was the best part of this whole series in my opinion. And at the end, the like memory of Vision touches like the little thing on his forehead that I think accesses his memories when he was Vision. So it's almost like Vision has been, in a sense, remade, but is a little changed. So it's like maybe they'll get, maybe Scarlet Witch and this guy, Vision, this version of Vision 2.0, will get together at some point. That'd be cool. And it gives Paul Bettany more acting jobs, so good for you. I did feel like I was missing things. And I did feel it was a little Twilight Zone-y, and some people love that. I don't particularly love it because I think it's unsatisfying and it doesn't have a lot of resolution. Yeah, that's the word. It was good, and I think people will enjoy it, especially if they're Marvel fans, but it's not for everyone. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. It's not. And I think they had to do a lot with it, and they got a little bit into the occult, which was like a little bit like, I don't know if I like that. But it was interesting, and at least we got to go more in depth into her character, who is arguably one of the most, if not the most strong Avenger of the group, just because of her powers that she doesn't even really understand. You know, like she's using her power, and like apparently she knows nothing about who she is. So that's interesting from that perspective. You know, I'd be interested to see like two brainiacs who know the characters well do like a face-off. Like who's the better, like who's the stronger Avenger, Captain Marvel or the Scarlet Witch, and why? Like, and if they got into a fight, who would win? That'd be interesting. Because I have a theory that she is the embodization of the red reality stone. Because think about it, the whole point of her power is that she can shape shift and manipulate reality. So in a sense, she is the red, stone. And at one point I was like wondering, like, is that why she was able to destroy some of the stones? Because she is a stone, If you guys have Disney Plus or a friend that will let you borrow their password, go ahead and check it out. It's 9 episodes. You can get through it in a day or two if you binge it. If you've got any theories, put them in the chat below. Let us know if you liked or didn't like something. Of course, feel free to share. And we'll see you next time on Jaina Sola Says. Bye.